studio. We're pleased to welcome now Captain Criss Turnipseed, Director of the Mississippi Highway Patrol Public Affairs Division. Hey, Captain, how's it going today, sir?
Good morning, George. We're doing great. How are you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic. All right, give us a report. How did we do so far?
Well, we're just really, if this was a football game or a basketball game, we'd be in the first quarter. We started our holiday total count yesterday morning at 6 o'clock, and we're going all the way through Sunday evening at midnight. So right now we've had about just crash-wise. Normally what we're just keeping up with now is crashes and fatal crashes. We did have a fatal crash last night, a little bit after 11 o'clock down in Pearl River County. We were shooting for 0 fatalities over the Independence Day holiday weekend, but that kind of got rewarded just a little bit down there on the south end. That's a bad way to start off, but maybe we can keep them down for the rest of the weekend. And last year we had 4 throughout the Independence Day holiday, so we're always trying to eliminate that number. I won't say improve on that number, but improve by making it less than 4. So we're at 1 right now we're going into the second quarter, I guess today is what you would call it. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. It's one of those strange holiday weekends where it kind of falls in the middle of the week. We've kind of predicted everybody's going to try to make an extra long weekend out of it, and kind of are targeting our visibility and our patrol efforts toward yesterday and throughout the weekend. Hopefully we can have a safe, get everybody to have a safe weekend. It's just one of those things. Like I said, we hate to hear about the fatality, and we're really hoping to try to pull one off without one this weekend. But like I said, it wasn't in the cards. It didn't happen.
Captain, the AAA was predicting that this was going to be one of the heaviest travel July 4th, if not the most traveled on the roads for motorists and in the air as well. But is that what is being reported? Is that what the Highway Patrol is seeing in Mississippi, that the traffic is heavy?
It is. I mean, it is heavy, but it's funny. They predict that on every holiday almost.
Yeah.
It seems like
yeah.
I don't know if that's just for clicks or for media or for popularity, to get some popularity going, some buzz going, or what. But it seems like every time we hear about a holiday post-COVID, that it's supposed to be the busiest travel holiday. So I cannot really testify to that, whether it's the busiest or not. I mean, we can look at it kind of at the end, Sunday evening, and see what the numbers are. Usually the number of accidents and the number of crashes you have. We'll be able to kind of look and see what the citations are at the end of it. And you can kind of judge on what the traffic was there, but that's still not an exact measure to actually be able to tell. I mean, you can go out and you can look at it, you can see what traffic is, but, you've got days where it's pretty heavy at times, and then sometimes it's not very heavy. I was out yesterday and didn't meet a whole lot of traffic during the day. Met a lot more last night, I guess, than I did during the daytime. It seems like maybe people were out and going to maybe it's just a fireworks display or something. There was a lot of just looking at homes and yards and looking. There were a lot of gatherings. I could see a lot of people out grilling and stuff. So everybody was, enjoying their time and celebrating. Lots of fireworks driving up the highway last night. You could see out in people's residences and stuff. People, doing a little, go to the fireworks stand and get them some stuff. So people were definitely celebrating. Now, as far as the road goes, traffic on the road, I would say was about average of what it always is, Gerard.
I know we talk about it each time you're on, Captain, but what's the message? What do the people need to hear from the Mississippi Highway Patrol?
Well, I mean, like I said, the message is probably as old as time itself. And we beat this into the ground pretty regularly. But just you're driving. First thing, just slow down a little bit. Pay some attention to what you're doing. I always say, what we do as troopers is just anticipate the unexpected. Don't ever get complacent while you're driving and take your safety for granted. Always anticipate those other people, pull out in front of you, for instance. Anticipate somebody maybe coming over to your lane where they're looking at a phone, and just be ready, be proactive. Action's always quicker than reaction. If you would just take that approach to driving, and everybody would take that, people get comfortable, and usually that's when bad things happen. But slowing down, of course, if you're going to participate in party and partake in some alcoholic beverages, make sure you got a plan for somebody to drive you, a sober driver, call you an Uber or a Lyft, or just stay wherever you're going. Don't get back on the road, and put them phones down. Of course, those are probably one of the number one causes of accidents now. Is just people being distracted. Crashed last night. Don't look like anybody was. No alcohol was involved, but somebody just kind of eased over in somebody else's lane. Because don't know if that would have been. Can't tell if that would have been distraction or what it was, but those kind of things happen. You just got to pay attention, look at the road, and of course, our favorite topic.
Yeah.
The very least you can do is put that seatbelt on as soon as you get in that car, because your chances greatly increase for your survival and lessen your injury if you're wearing that seatbelt and have those children restrained. Those numbers are always shocking still on how many people in 2024 are still reluctant to wear the safety equipment in their vehicles.
Yeah, it's amazing. And honestly, more modern vehicles have lots of technology built into them that kind of helps you avoid something bad happening with all the cameras and the sensors and the safety belts and the buzzers and the beepers and stuff. Vehicles, it feels like, are more equipped to assist a motorist to be safe.
You're right. You're right about that. You leave a lane, you got your lane departure warnings and that little buzzer that goes off. Also, your steering wheel will start to quiver a little bit.
Yep.
They've got all kind of things. Just the ding and donging of the seatbelt warning thing to me is just enough to make me want to put my seatbelt on and avoid that. But there are. You got these cars now that even pretty much drive themselves. If you ease over another lane, it'll correct itself, pull it back in the lane for you. So
sure will.
Not everybody can buy a brand new car or something with that technology on it. But hopefully they've got it in there, and eventually, as the older vehicles start to phase out and are not road capable anymore, people will replace those with those vehicles with this more modern safety equipment, and maybe, like you say, maybe that will help and do a better job. But we're still always going to have to do our part and do the common sense things, like in the advice I gave you just a few minutes ago. That's just common sense stuff to slow it down, not looking at your phone, and of course not being impaired while you're driving. Those are common sense things. But these other accidents, I think, can be brought down by some of the technology that's been put into these cars.
Yeah. What about staffing, Captain? Does the Highway Patrol increase coverage on a busy travel day such as the 4th, which is a holiday for most of us?
Oh, we do. You only can increase it with what you have.
Sure.
We can't go out and hire any more people just for holidays. What you got is what you have. We do have those federal overtime details that we call callbacks, where guys get to work on days they would normally be off and go out and patrol and work. And there's some federal grants to help us be able to pay those salaries, so that gets more troopers on the road out of actually what you have. So, yes, we do put more troopers on the road, and that always helps. We are right now in the middle of a recruiting cycle. We got Cadet Class 69, which will be coming up in January of 2025. We're going to start out. So right now we're in the middle of a recruiting cycle. We've got about 1 more month left of applications. The deadline will be August 16th on those, and we're always looking for good men and women who hear the calling to be a public safety servant and want to, instead of just talk and complain about what public safety is, actually get up and do something about it and join our calls and help us. And you can find those applications at our website, dpsms.gov, or you can go to our Facebook, social media accounts, on X. We're also on Instagram. There's links there to the applications. And like I said, if you want to do something meaningful with your life, you want to serve the public and give back to the state of Mississippi, we would encourage those people to click on those. The application is online. You can click there, fill it out, and submit it there. You don't even have to do anything by mail anymore. We've upped our technology to modern times, made that more convenient for folks. And there's also a link on there if you're not sure you want to be a trooper or not, that you can click on a link. It says Talk to Recruiter. You can click on that, and that recruiter's going to call you. You can talk with them and answer your questions and tell you a little bit more about what it means to be a trooper, and you can make a decision then whether you want to fill out that application or not. But, yeah, we definitely like to get those numbers up.
Absolutely.
The more troopers we have, the safer travel is for people who stay in Mississippi. So, like I said, we're always looking for people that want to step in and step up to bat and join our team.
We got to go, but we appreciate you coming on and providing us with an update. And once again, our thanks expressed to all the men and women of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. Thanks, Captain.
Thank you, Gerard, and we'll be out there the rest of this weekend working hard for y'all, and we look forward to talking.